What's up, Arrows? I'm Kashan and you are watching TheBookArcher. Today I'm coming at you guys with my monthly recommendations video. This monthly recommendations Goodreads group was started by Katrina over at Between the Chapters and someone else who I cannot remember, but I will link them both down below. This month's topic was trilogies, and of course I will come at the end of November with this video, but better late than never. So I kind of broke this up into two categories. I haven't read any contemporary trilogies, so I don't have any to suggest. So I kind of did like dystopians and then fantasies, and then I'm going to talk about most popular in each of those to the least popular. So let's get the most popular one out of the way as far as trilogies go, and that would be the Hunger Games trilogy. I know y'all probably like, girl, why are you even mentioning this? We all know about the Hunger Games. But I feel like of all the dystopians that I read, this one is the most authentic and realistic. Katniss's emotions, the things that she's focused on, everything is about family and really taking down this government. You get to see the main character make really hard life decisions, and then the way the trilogy plays out is so realistic. The ending is not always a happy ending. This trilogy was so important for young adult literature because a lot of the time with these new subgenres that are super popular, like dystopians, and there's vampire crazes and, you know, fairy tale retellings, we kind of lose the essence of reality unless you're reading contemporary. And I still felt like The Hunger Games was super honest and amazing. I just saw Mockingjay Part 2, so I'm on a Hunger Games hype right now. But yeah, I can't have a trilogy recommendations video without mentioning this trilogy. Suzanne Collins just did an amazing job with this. The second dystopian that I want to mention to you guys is a dystopian that I talk about a lot on my channel, and that of course is the Shadowy Trilogy. This is just so full of angst and fun and superpowers and just so many fun things. Shatter Me was like, okay. And Julia was kind of annoying and Unravel Me, but the second half of Unravel Me and Ignite Me, oh, I love them so much. Y'all know Warner is my book boyfriend. Like, I love him to death. So yes, I just love the character development that happens in this trilogy. I feel like it is the main part of the trilogy. So much character development. The way the characters were in this first book are literally nothing like what they become, and it is so fine, like it is so satisfying to see them grow and develop after being frustrated with them for so long. I just like when characters make me feel, and I had very strong feelings of like and dislike, etc. for certain characters, so I love to see that throughout this trilogy. And Taheera Mafi's writing style is just amazing. You can fly through these. I definitely recommend this trilogy. The last dystopian trilogy that I want to recommend is an oldie but goodie. This is the first dystopian trilogy that I ever read, and that is the Uglies trilogy by Scott Westerfield. There's also an extra book called Extras, but that is not a part of the main trilogy. Like, this is all one story. It's continuous, it's continuous. This one follows a whole other character and it's set in the same world, so that is not a part of this trilogy. I'm talking about these three. I really love how this book tackles our modern society and how obsessed we are with vanity and appearance and things like that. And there are just so many elements of this book, of this dystopian, that could be real. I really like that. And I like the journey that the main character goes on, and I really enjoy, of course, the rebel group in here, and the world building in these books is really good. The third book is super action-packed. It's a great conclusion. Everything plays out like the way that it should. I just felt such completion after reading this dystopian. So yeah, give it a go. Okay, so the next trilogies that I want to talk about are going to be the fantasy ones, and this is going to be urban fantasy and high fantasy. The first trilogy I'm going to talk about is one that I do not own, and that is the Hex Hall Trilogy by Rachel Hawkins. This trilogy follows the main character, and she is a witch. This trilogy has vampires and werewolves and fairies. So if you like the those type of urban fantasies that has all of your supernatural creatures in it and it's snarky and funny, this is the trilogy for you. You get to see different settings, you get to see some parts of the South, and you get to see some parts in England. The main character is so funny. I love her, and I love all of the other characters. She has a great friendship with her best friend. It's so refreshing to have like a powerful, you know, female friendships that a lot of us are searching for in books. Plus they're fast paced, they're super quick to read. I think I read that whole trilogy in like a weekend. Hex Hall Trilogy by Rachel Hawkins. The next trilogy that I want to mention is one that comes up on my channel quite a bit, and that is the Trylle Trilogy by Amanda Hocking. These pulled me in. They're fast reads, and I loved how unique this concept was. These books follow trolls, and I don't mean like the trolls in the ugly gargoyle like the crazy ogreish way. I mean like trolls like they basically have their own tribes. Every tribe has special abilities. Some of them can like move things with their mind, and you know, other of them have like super fast healing powers and just all type of things like that. And they have their own kingdoms within the world, but they're like out in the forest and we don't know about them. This trilogy follows the main character who doesn't know she's a part of this world, and then she later becomes a part of this world in a major way. So there's family dynamics, there's fantasy, there's kingdoms and royals. So I definitely recommend these because this also has a companion trilogy after. So if you like this one, then you can go on to read the companion trilogy. So the last trilogy that I want to mention for this video is a more popular one, and that is the Grisha Trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. The first book, Shadow and Bone, which I don't own, I got it from the library. The second book is Siege and Storm, and the third book is Ruin and Rising. This series completed last year, so it is still fairly new and very popular here on BookTube. I would definitely recommend this to your average fantasy lover. If you don't want too much high fantasy, but if you like fantasy enough to know like this is a genre for you, then you'll really like this trilogy. I really love the villain in here. This trilogy just plays out so different than what I was expecting, and I mean that in book 2 and book 3. The universe that she created is probably the best part about it. The universe and a few characters that you will just grow to love. So if you like these, then you can go on and read the first book in her duology, which recently came out. I think that is it for my trilogy recommendations. Have y'all read any of these trilogies? If so, leave your comments in the comment section below. And what trilogies do you guys recommend to me? Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at TheBookArcher. Thank you. Stay tuned for my next video. Bye!